Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you all so much for the love and the continued support of my channel. Today's video, you guys, we are getting into some of the most popular, most hyped fragrances in the fragrance community, and I feel that they are worth the hype. I feel that they are worth the coins, the attention, the love, everything that it's receiving is justified, okay? So without further ado, you guys, let's jump right into today's video. Okay, you guys, so again, very popular, each and every last one of these, so you're probably familiar with most. But honey, if you happen to be new to fragrance, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to decipher. Okay, should I even get my nose on this? A lot of people seem to love this because honestly, there's nothing worse than a fragrance that is really hyped up and then you get your nose on it and it's just like womp womp womp, you know. But you just have to understand that fragrance is subjective, and we get on YouTube and we say that all the time because it just is. Like, that is a fact. You could be smelling a fragrance and this person is smelling the same fragrance, and y'all are picking up on two very, you know, different notes are coming through a little bit more here or less there. Some notes don't come across at all to you. So your literal experience of the scent could be very different from the person next to you. So when I say take reviews and hype with a grain of salt, take it with a grain of salt. The best way to know if a fragrance is really gonna work for you is to test it. Get yourself a sizable decant, test it on your skin, okay? Wear it, and then you make your determination if it is one that you love, if it's full bottle worthy, or if it's just, you know, we just gonna leave it where it is in the sample category. It didn't work for you, okay? So the very first one that I want to talk about is going to be a Gourmand. Now this one I think came out in 2020. I can't remember, but it has been around long, okay? And I found out about this one from Fab Finds by Keitra. My girl put me onto this and I love it. This is a very straightforward vanilla. So either that's your vibe or it's not, but it is my vibe. Therefore, ESCAPADE Gourmand, the very hyped vanilla fragrance that features a black sugar. It has some tonka bean in there, and lots of vanilla. Is worth the hype to me. Now, is this going to change your life? Is it going to, you know, cure cancer and really have an impact on the world? No, I don't mean it in that way, but this thing does what it's supposed to do, okay? It is sweet, it is creamy, it is irresistible, delectable, this is Gourmand Gold. If you love vanilla, okay, and you just want a very simple and no structure vanilla that makes you smell edible, then this is worth the hype, okay? How much is this? I feel like it's in the upper twos. No, I think maybe lower twos, but you do get 3.4 ounce. Now, I find that if you overspray this fragrance, like you're gonna have to do most straightforward vanillas, you're gonna have to overspray those. They are not beast mode, just like a citrus is in nature. They're not going to last all day. They're not gonna be beast mode. The same with most straightforward vanilla fragrances, because some people think that the performance on this can be fleeting. However, when I overspray this, I get compliments well after, you know, the 5 or 6 hour mark. People definitely seem to smell this on me, and it lasts on my clothes at least 8 hours, okay? So overspray this. If you love smelling sweet, this is for you. If you love vanilla, this is for you, okay? ESCAPADE Gourmand by the House of Maison Mataha, a must for vanilla lovers. So the next one doesn't get as much hype as it did when I first got into fragrance almost 2 years ago, but very popular from the house, okay? This is Oud Bouquet, and this is from the private line, Maison Lancôme, and it is everything. You guys, this is not one you test on paper. I got this from Saks, no, I think Bloomingdale's. I ordered it, got it, sprayed it on paper. Very new to Ouds, very new to fragrance world, okay? And I'm just like, only thing I could smell was wood. Like, only thing I could smell on that paper was oud. And I'm just like, praline, where? Sweet, where? I was so confused on so many levels. Honey, 2 days later, was about to wrap this thing back up, send it back to Bloomingdale's, and something told me, Sharida, spread on the back of your hand just to give it one little try, one last try, honey. Love at first real sniff. Perfume needs to be sampled on the skin, okay? Now we start on paper to even, you know, to just kind of gauge what we may get when we spray it on the skin, because if it smells like actual skunk and must and Lord knows what else, then we may not even want to put it on skin. However, if you're not completely turned off by the smell of something on paper, test it on your skin. I definitely find that woody fragrances, oudy fragrances, just certain fragrances that just have to be tested on skin. And this was one of them. The praline is so dense and so sweet on skin, and it is nowhere to be found on paper for my nose, okay? So this Oud Bouquet is your rose, it is your praline, it is your oud combo. I think there's some vanilla in here. The performance is on 20, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, it's on a 20. This is one you do not have to overspray, and you will rarely hear me say that on this channel. You do not have to overspray this. I mean, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all we need, period. And they're gonna smell you until next week, period, okay? So is it worth the price? Do you see? Honey, I won't be able to get through this even if I tried. So what I've started to do is layer my Oud Bouquet with other fragrances. If you have fragrances with other rose notes, if you have fragrances with other gourmand or sweet notes, start just a little spritz on the inner arms is really all you need when you're trying to layer with Oud Bouquet, because it is so strong. You don't want to layer this right on top of something else because it will drown the scent out, okay? Love layering it with my Delina exclusive, okay? AI the Great mentioned that it layers really beautifully with Lost Cherry. If you're Lost Cherry girl, I can see like praline, cherry, liquor. Ooh, what? It sounds like a combination, you know, made in heaven. Start layering with this and you're really going to start seeing the dent in this bottle, because, honey, like they only make the one size, if I'm not mistaken, or a travel size. So it's gonna take a lot to get through this bottle, and you may never get through it, but at least you can start wearing it more often than just dead cold of winter, because ideally this is the only time I would have worn this fragrance. But this is beautiful oud, you know, praline rose combo that I feel like is absolutely worth the hype and the coins. Again, that is Oud Bouquet by Maison. All right, so another one that is perfect for this time of year, you guys, is going to be Creed's AVENTUS for Her. I think this is probably one of the most popular fragrances from the women's line. Honey, this is a fruity floral that is very woody, and because it is so woody, though marketed for, you know, towards women, this can come off as very unisex and some even masculine. Get yourself a decant because they're very easy to get your hands on, and I feel like this is just a gorgeous boss lady fruity floral. So you've got your green apple in here. It also has some pink pepper, some lemon, some violet at the top, along with some citruses. In the mid, you have this gorgeous styrex, so it's got an ambery quality. You've got this creamy sandalwood. You've got rose and musk, okay? In the base, you actually have a base of fruits, which when I say this is a gorgeous woody fruity bomb, it is fruity, all right? So black currant, peach, more amber, lilac, ylang ylang. So again, if you're looking for a beast mode fruity floral fragrance that you can spray this on at the beginning of your work day, you don't have to really worry about it being fleeting and wearing off. This one is one everyone is going to smell on you. massive compliment getter, and you're just going to feel so like put together when you have this on. Like, this is a girl about her business. This is a girl about her coins, and she is like that girl. This one shows up to work with an all-white suit on, all right? Like, head of the boardroom, and she just knows who she is. She's very confident, and this scent speaks to that. Actually, a creed that is worth the full price point, okay? Listen, most creeds, please get them at a discount, because the way they charge for these fragrances versus what they're really worth, this one, I feel like the price is justified. It's a gorgeous fragrance and it performs, all right? Again, a Creed's AVENTUS for her, right? So next up is going to be from the house of KLE and their most popular fragrance. Absolutely worth it, and it is Vanilla 28. To me, this is a little bit more than a straightforward vanilla, because there are some complexities in here that give it this very addictive, sensual quality. There's something like an ESCAPADE Gourmand just doesn't quite have. Now, this is definitely vanilla. The vanilla is the star, but you've got this bubbling brown sugar, okay? The brown sugar is so sweet, and it is just everything. You have the musk that is in almost all of the KLE fragrances have a very specific musk DNA, and it is ever present in here. You have some patchouli in the base, and it is just there grounding things and giving it some depth. This fragrance is very ambery, as you also have the base of amber and amber wood featured, and you've got this tonka bean. Now, it's a little powdery because you have vanilla orchid and jasmine up top, and it all comes together to create something that is so like ambery, sensual vanilla. That is what you're getting. Now, overspray this like you have lost your mind, and you will get performance. First of all, their atomizer is made for layering, okay? So if you're spraying something with the atomizer that has this beautiful ethereal mist, okay, 2 times, that's not gonna last. That's not gonna last. And the way these atomizers, look at how fine the mist is, okay? As opposed to something that sprays out very, very heavy and full and weighted, like the Ani. I'm sorry, I'm giving away what's next. The Ani by, Nisha, like they have more, there's more juice coming out. It's a lot weighty. So just in the way the atomizers are made, you're going to have to overspray these fragrances, okay? They're made for layering. And when you layer something, you don't want it to spray out very heavily, because you're not trying to cover up the scents with these really heavy droplets and, sprays. So spray this very, very heavily, and I spray this in layers. So as soon as I put on my lotion or whatever body treatment I'm doing for the day, go ham, honey, 30 times. Won't hurt nobody. Spray your clothes. Before I walk out the door, I have another layer. So it takes time. It takes more hours for your body to deplete layers of perfume than if you would have just sprayed it 1 layer or just these, these little light sprays 4 times. That is not sufficient. It is not sufficient unless it's some really heavy beast mode scent. And in perfumery, those are the anomalies. They are not the norms. So this one, overspray, and you will get a good 6 to 8 hours out of this fragrance. Made for layering, and it layers beautifully with darn near everything in your collection. So Vanilla 28 is absolutely worth the hype and the attention that it gets and receives. This is a new cult classic, okay? This has not been around for a long time, and I feel like people are just as excited and in love with this fragrance as when it first launched, and that's always, a sign that you've got something real on your hands. So Vanilla 28 by KLE, absolutely worth the hype. Now, since it already revealed it, let's go to Ani by Nisha, one of the most popular fragrances from the brand. And if you ask Cecile Zarokian, this was a surprise success to her. She didn't think that it would do as well as it did and be as popular as it is. And that's what I'm talking about. A perfume that goes into the lab and they just make something stunning just for the sake of it being stunning. Like, not really thinking about, oh, well, everyone's gonna like it, or or this, that just make us something that smells phenomenal. And that is what she did. And the girlies love it. The girlies love it. This is very unisex though, okay? It is this beautiful, juicy bergamot that is coupled with very warm, spicy elements of like a cardamom. There's ginger in here, and there is a very green element to it and a heavy dose of vanilla. Very, very vanilla forward. It is sweet. One that wears really all year, but for me in the summer in Georgia, now this can be a little bit too much, okay? We had a standoff, you know, child with some crazy man, standing out there with some rifles and helmets and vests on for hours upon hours, and it was like 90 degrees, and the auntie was about to kill me. It was about to kill me. So no more at work in the summertime anyway, but I feel like fall, winter, spring, absolutely, all right? Beautiful fragrance, very popular and worth the hype, because this is just a unique vanilla, you guys. The people that are not with the straightforward vanilla life, they live for stuff like this, okay? Again, that very spicy cardamom. You've got that greenness, you've got the vanilla, you've got this sweetness, you've got this very unisex vibe to it. And I'm so excited to smell the Ani X that will be coming out. It may already be out. It's coming out soon. They have released, I think it's a set of 4, if I'm not mistaken, of the most popular fragrances. But they all have like a little special twist or different nuance about it. So to my understanding, all the things that leaned just a little masculine are going to be leaning more feminine. All of the things that leaned really feminine are going to be a little bit more leaning unisex, or maybe just a little bit more of a masculine flair, like the 100 Silent Ways. It's going to be, you know, more men are going to be able to wear that one. And I think that is a wonderful thing to do when you are releasing a flanker. So the new set is going to commemorate the 10th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, for the house. But this is just a phenomenal vanilla fragrance, wildly popular, you know, in the niche fragrance community, and I feel like it is justly so. I almost feel like I may love the new one even more, because this one does lean just a little masculine to me, but very wearable, unisex for my taste. All right, again, that is Ani by Nishane. Okay, so a designer fragrance that really took the perfume world by storm from the house of GUERLAIN, and this is Mon GUERLAIN. Wow, talk about a masterpiece designer fragrance. Lavender, sweet vanilla, floral. I think you've got like some citruses in there, the licorice. I mean, this is just a fragrance that is so beautiful. And what they've done is something very hard to do. It is hard to make a beautiful feminine lavender centered fragrance. Those lavenders, you start, you know, with those citruses, and you have a heavy lavender. It's very frugier-esque. And that's why most of those are automatically masculine leaning scents. I feel like the Lieb original, okay, it's giving me very unisex vibes, period. This is feminine. This is femininity. It is classy. This is very housewives. This is very just easy to like, okay? And I feel like that's why it is so popular. Beautiful, but easy to wear, easy to like, very versatile. I can see a bride wearing this, okay? I can see you wearing this to work. I can see you wearing this to go run errands. I can see you wearing this on a date night. Gorgeous fragrance, and I feel like it is very popular for a good reason. When I first got into fragrances, like really got into fragrances, this I feel like was the designer that I added to my collection pretty early on, because it was ranted and raved about. And it was the one that when people started to ask me for recommendations, you know, this is always the one I would throw out. And every time the people that would get it would love it. So mass appealing, it just, the crowd is pleased, okay? Men love this on their women love this on themselves, and it is just one that is worth it, all right? Of course, worth the price point. It's a designer that is not too expensive. It's not a cheapie, but it's not gonna break the bank. And I feel like I get a good 6-7 hours out of this. It's not one that's gonna last you 10 hours plus, but Definitely a good 6-7 hours, maybe one you want to take with you and decant, top it off, but a beautiful scent. All right, so next up is going to be one that really took the perfume world by storm, honey, in 2022. BABYCAT by YSL. Very hard to get here in the States. Oh my God, they are killing me with that. Release this in this country and that. Stop. Y'all trying to make money or not, YSL? Wildly popular. Everyone's still clamoring to get their hands on in the US. People are gouging like $700. Okay, $700. This perfume is priced at $200. It's $175 if I'm not mistaken, if you're just regular retail pricing it. So gouging in the US, okay? Do not overpay, be patient. I would say watch MERCARI, that's how I got mine. And try to, you know, go. Selfridges had restocked it for like a day, honey, and it sold right back out. It was sheer mayhem. We crashed the Selfridges site. Hopefully someone gets it restocked where it is accessible to the US, because this thing is gorgeous. Gorgeous. One of the most beautiful vanillas I've ever put my nose on. Wasn't sure if I was a fan of incense until this fragrance, okay? So the OLIBANUM is really, really prominent in this fragrance. If you know you hate incense or OLIBANUM, you're gonna have to test this out, and definitely do not blind buy it. Beautiful, warm. It's got this black pepper in it, and I think it has pink pepper. So it's spicy, but very smooth, very well blended, double dose of vanilla, and it's almost got maybe like a boozy type of it. It's very sensual, okay? Very warm, very cozy, inviting. And this is like a date night vanilla, perfect for fall and winter. BABYCAT is still, okay? It's still so hyped. And I don't know if the hype is because everyone can't get it. Okay, I don't know. But I just feel like this is a vanilla that is worth the attention that it is receiving, worth the coins that I paid. Not no $700 now. I would say I wouldn't pay over $300, like $300. I probably pay a little under that, but I could see this being worth that. It lasts all day. Definitely one people will smell. It projects, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful quality vanilla, period. All right, that's BABYCAT again by YSL. Next up is going to be from the house of Montal. Intense Cafe, one of their most popular fragrances and one of my first niche experiences. And wow, rose and coffee, vanilla, musk, sugar. What about that doesn't sound amazing? Okay, and they put all that in this bottle, and they had the nerve to make it a beast mode scent. So presence, you want them to smell you well before you come into the room. That is what this is. This is a room filler. It is gourmand. It is so, like, it's sweet, but it's unisex. A man will smell absolutely delicious in this fragrance, but it doesn't go overly masculine to where women have to kind of fear, you know, is this gonna lean too masculine? No, this is straight up and down unisex, sweet rose, okay? Coffee done beautifully. It's not gonna be overpowering coffee where you feel like you know, spilled the Folgers on your honey. It's not gonna smell like that. It is perfectly composed to create something that I feel like is a masterpiece for this house. Intense Cafe is gorgeous. It is very loud, okay? If you want something softer, I would say go with Deluxe from Tiziana Terenzi. Very, very similar note profile, but I just find that this one is the one you wear when you want to garner attention. Again, sugar, rose, coffee, vanilla, musk, delicious, and worth the attention that it receives for sure. One of my top recommendations from the House of Montal. All right, you guys, and so this last fragrance is, wow, I mean, what can I say? It's really having a moment. Of course, I had to mention Guidance by Amouage. Guidance is really having a moment. I first talked about this on my one of my first videos that dropped in 2023, and the fragrance hadn't even been out a week. And I said this was going to be so, like, this is going to be the it girl for 2023. I really felt it. Though I'm shocked that is what it's becoming, because this is not a mass appealing, like mass pleasing scent. This is not gonna be for everyone, okay? I feel like this is gonna be very polarizing, but the girls seem to love it. The girls seem to love Guidance. This is a very creamy incense. It is rose, it is sexy saffron, you've got some vanilla, you've got some osmanthus, which makes it fruity, it's creamy, it's feminine, but it's spicy, all right? A little peppery because it has the alkali wood, so woody, and it is just a masterpiece fragrance. If you have, you're tired of hearing about it, everyone's raving about it, get your nose on it. Get your nose on it. It's still selling out everywhere, but it's steadily being restocked. So definitely one you need to try before you buy, but it is hyped, and let me tell you, the hype is real and it is for a good reason. Not gonna be for everyone, but it's for me. I love this fragrance, and this is a 10 out of 10. The performance is insane. The compliment factor is on a 10, period. And you need it in your life. Go ahead and get your nose on it, because if you have a nose like me, you won't regret it. This was a blind buy, very risky, but I'm absolutely in love. And it's having a moment for a reason, all right? And again, that is Guidance by Amouage. All right, you guys, so that is our video for today. Drop me comments below of fragrances that are hyped, but you feel like are worth the hype and the attention. You guys, it has been real. I love you all. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and give the video a big thumbs up, and I will catch you guys on the next one.